that doesn't speak well for realtors. So make sure that you do your best due diligence. No one should force you into buying something that you don't want to buy. No one. This is the biggest purchase you'll probably ever make. So you want to make sure that you're an informed consumer. And I've said this before, and I say this again. Qualify yourself on your net income. Net income versus gross income. Gross income includes your taxes, right? Gross income is the income before everything starts coming out. Taxes, insurance, child support, all that stuff, right? Okay? That's your gross income. When you're qualifying for a home loan, they take that gross income and they use that as your income to qualify for you for the price of the house and all the deductions and everything like that, right? You want to make sure that you're using real numbers, okay? Even if you will qualify on the gross income, make sure that you're searching for the home, the price of the home that's gonna hit with your net income that you actually bring in, okay? Because I mentioned this on the show before. They're not counting water, lights, gas, utilities, right? Those things are not counted. Those things are not counted as far as in your debt to income ratio as far as your expenses are concerned. So you're gaining new expenses, right? So you want to make sure that, oh yeah, principal and interest, when you look at the number, yeah, this is just with principal and interest. It may be lower than what you're paying in rent. But then you start adding on homeowners origination, homeowner association fees, insurance, stuff like that, mortgage insurance. So you want to just make sure that, again, you put yourself in the best position. And that's why I say it again, I reiterate, align yourself with the people that knows these things, that has that on the forefront, that I will not let you fail. I would not purposely watch you jump in 10 feet of water and you said you have not took one swimming lesson. Why would I do that? That is cruel of me, right? That is negligent homicide to watch you jump in 10 feet of water without one swimming lesson, right? So I'm not going to allow you to put yourself in a bad situation. If your debt to income is high, if your income isn't there, if the amount of house that you're looking for is too high, then we're going to have that conversation that we're going to have to do some adjustments here. And if you don't want to adjust, then we're going to have to increase income, right? Or we're going to have to get someone else on the loan to add more income. There's always ways around it. But again, it's all about what is best for you, the customer. Remember, it used to be a time where they say the customer is always right, right? The customer is right. The customer is right. In business, man, the more people that understand that, quality customer service, treat people like you would love to be treated. Encourage people like you would love to be encouraged. If you run someone's credit score as an originator and the credit score is not there, and they can't qualify based upon the score alone, then that person deserves you to call them and tell them what they can do to qualify. Because it's obvious if they had to run their credit report, they're interested in a home. And if they can't qualify at that particular time, they can qualify later. You just have to be proactive as the leader, as the originator, as the point of authority to let them know, not right now, but here's some things you can do today to put yourself in a situation to where 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, however long it takes, right? That you can come back and we can put you in the position to get this home again. Oftentimes, man, I've experienced in my life too. You get your credit ran and the score is not where it needs to be and you hear nothing back. They don't call you. They don't email you. You don't get a letter. You get nothing. You know why? Because the inside little tip. If your score is not there, most originators consider you a waste of time. They look at you as a waste of their time because they cannot immediately benefit from you based upon your score. You don't qualify. They don't look at any time that they put into this deal as valuable time. So they just toss you by the wayside because especially if they have a pipeline full of people, of that do qualify, that have great scores. They simply just don't have the time for you or won't make the time, right? To say, hey, you know what, we're not here right now, but this is where we need to be. Because again, and how does that make you feel? As a consumer, as a customer, How does that make you feel? To where when you apply and you don't know what your credit score is, but it's a lower score. It's not a good score, and you hear nothing. Makes you feel pretty. It makes you feel pretty bad. It makes you feel insignificant. That they only care about me based upon if they can make money off me. But they smile and they grin and they shake your hand and they tell you it's a pleasure to talk to you. I'll be getting with you right away. I really appreciate you dealing with me. As soon as they see that score, all that enthusiasm goes out the window. So did they really care about you? Or did they really care about your credit? If you qualified or not. See, life and people and circumstances, man, just pay attention. Pay attention to all of those. Pay attention to life. Pay attention to people. Pay attention to circumstances, okay? Now, if that person treats you insignificant, and then all of a sudden you run into Shelton in your midst of moving around with my credit consulting and all that stuff, right? And I help people out and refer them if they need an extensive credit repair, and we get them straight, right? Get them right, okay? Now, imagine if you deal with me and I got your back straight. Will you go back to that person that declined you or didn't even contact you to tell you where you stood? Or will you go to that person that helped you out and added value to your situation, right? After you were neglected, after you were rejected, how will you do that? Or will you go back to that same person? 9 out of 10 times, you probably won't go back to that same person, right? You're going to go to that person that added value, to that informed you. And that's what that's what I want to say in this business. This is about reciprocity, man. This is about referrals. All business is about referral business. So if you get value from someone, let them know. If you don't get value from someone, let them know that too. They need to know that they're not adding value. Because you may not be an isolated incident. So you want to make sure that you let people know when they're not meeting or exceeding your expectations. Personally, go let that person know. Even if you leave a voicemail, a Google review, whatever it is, that person needs to know you as an individual, as a salesperson, need to step your game up. They need to know that. Don't go blasting them on social media. Don't go blasting them to everyone else. Talk to them. We are adults. We're mature adults out here. Let's be that. Let's show that. And if a person doesn't provide you what they want, again, let them know that. Send them an email. Give them a phone call. Something just to let them know that, hey, you know what? I don't like the way this thing went down. I don't like the way you treated me. This may not mean a hill of beans to you, and this may not change or iota of how you do business. But I do not like how you treated me and how you made me feel. And as a customer and as an adult, I'm letting you know. And the reason why I will not be doing further business with you is because. And then you lay out your reasons. And that's it. You may not never hear anything back from that person at all. But you let your grievances be known. You didn't let it sit there and fester. You didn't take it out on the next loan officer. You didn't take it out on the next mortgage company. You let it be known and you moved on, right? So quality customer service, man, there is something to be said about that. It is never, ever, ever going to be out of style. It is never going to be old news to treat people right. It is never going to be a bad thing to exceed expectations. Never. Never let anybody make you believe that. I know we're in a very pessimistic society where everybody sees the stuff that's wrong before we start focusing on what's right. But this is what this thing is about. This is what this show is about. This is what this whole platform is about. It's to let us know what we can do. Let us know what we should do. Let us align ourselves up with the right people for the right reasons. And then we'll get the right results. Newsflash. Everything isn't for everybody. Every business isn't for everybody. Everybody is not meant to be an entrepreneur. Everybody is not meant to be a homeowner. Everybody is not meant to be a business owner. Everybody is not meant to be a husband. Everybody is not meant to be a wife. Everybody is not meant to have children. Everything isn't for everyone, but that's okay. Because as long as you're satisfied with the uniquely God-made person that you are, that'd be just fine. You don't have to live your life based upon someone else. Because no one else is going to live their life based upon you. And if they are, then they're living you've given two lives. You got your life and theirs. You don't want that. You want people to be individuals, right? Meet people where they are, not where you want them to be, right? In this mortgage industry, we're lending, we're talking to people, man. So many people are just terrified of the experience because they ran into people that did not treat them right. They only saw them as a commission. They only saw them as a bottom line. They only saw them as a payday. That's not cool to treat people that way, right? That's not what this thing is about. This whole thing is not about that. It's about putting people in a positive situation to where years after year after year, they can just smile and be grateful that they were able to run into you. But again, even when you get into the home, right, we talk about focus. It's going to take focus. You got to pay your bills on time. You got to handle your business. You got to save more than you spend. You got to not just go out here and just go grab yourself a whole bunch of debt, right? You don't want a whole bunch of car notes. You don't want a whole bunch of credit card bills. You don't, because at any point in time, the company you work for can tell you don't show up tomorrow, right? The doors could close. Someone could get sick. It could be an accident. Anything can happen. So you just don't want to put yourself up against the wall already with a house where you needed every bit of down payment assistance. You needed every bit of this. You needed every bit of that just to get into the house. Whoo, I'm in the house. But then now if something happens, there's nothing saved. There's no backup. There's no cushion. And that's the whole goal. And that's what I do. And that's what makes what I do different than a lot of originators. Not a lot of them, but some of them that I know. I'm not all about just getting you to the house. What financial situation can we leave you in? Right? And that's the legacy that I want to leave. That's the legacy that I want to maintain. And that's the experience that I want people to have, that their life, that their information, they got better by dealing with me for a few minutes, right? Things were fun. It was interesting. It was informative. It wasn't just all rigid, right? And it's not all about me and how I'm just the best loan originator in the world, but I'm just simply saying that, you want to just add value to people. Realtors really appreciate that. Realtors, I want to thank you guys, man, for connecting with me. Those that have really connected with me and we're actually doing business together and doing transactions, I thank you guys for that. I really do, because I know you guys have originators coming at you all the time, wanting to do business, has the best rates, closes quick, will take care of their customers. So for you guys to take that chance and send them my way, I appreciate that. I really do, because you guys don't have to do that. So I value the relationships that I build. So if you send someone to me, you're going to be informed just like they're informed. You're going to know what's going on just like they're going to know what's going on, because that's the whole key of this whole thing. Making sure that everyone knows what's going on, especially in a transaction that has so many moving parts. Have you ever thought about how one home puts so many people to work? One home. You got the appraiser, the inspector, you got the, you got the people that do the yard, you got the construction people, you got the people that do the renovation stuff, you have the, you know what I mean, though? You have the insurance company, the title company. You have so many people that focus on that one loan. You got shipping, you got closing, you got underwriting. I mean, you got the processing. You have so many levels on one loan. You definitely want to make sure that it's done the right way. You definitely want to make sure that it's done the right way, okay? I've held you guys, man, for about 28 minutes, man. I rambled, and I hope that you guys are informed on some of the things that I said. I hope you guys have been helped by some of the things that I said. I hope you guys are enthused about your home loan process. I hope you guys are educated. I hope you guys are looking forward to an absolute awesome 2018. Any questions you guys have for me, I'm more than happy to answer the questions for you. I do home loans. I'm licensed in the state of Texas. Now, if you're outside the state of Texas, I can still answer questions for you, but I can send you to an originator based upon your state, right? Just let me know where you are, and then we can go from there with that, all right? But any questions, and you're in the state of Texas, and I can help you, 281-731-0673. I repeat, 281-731-0673 is my cell phone number. That is the quickest way to get a hold of me. If I do not answer, please leave a message and I'll return your call, because all numbers that come through, I don't recognize. I just don't recognize all of them. But please leave me a message and I definitely will return your call, because it is my pleasure to help you out and to get you and your family home loan ready. Hit me up. Think About It Radio at yahoo.com and think _radio on Twitter.